Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Breath of Fire 3.
So when last we left off, we had just finished up puttering around over here, doing some master stuff, and we are now looking into progressing with the game. Now, we do have one thing that I could be doing here that I don't think I will. I looked up some of the fishing stuff and some of the stuff that I need for fishing. Don't mind that. That is just the thunder outside. Today is a nice rainy day for us here in Singapore. And anyway, so I do need 3 more brandies to finish up sort of my usage for the brandies in one of the fishing zones that's going to come up later. But I'm actually not going to bother because I'm gonna do that later. Basically, I think that's better. So I'm just gonna continue on with the plot for now. We got some new merchandise. We got some other stuff. Alright, so it looks like we do need some more food production. Okay, we will replace her with her. So we have gift, we have fortune. So we'll take a look at the scholar over here, see what they're up to. Not the scholar, though. Get nothing but the best. Ooh. Angling rod, huh? Okay, we're gonna buy an angling rod. Do I need the tiger claws? I don't know if I need the tiger claws or not. I'll take a look. Alright, so we're gonna put Peiko back in the party. I already have tiger claws, we're fine. And we can now continue on to the wharf. Yes. Okay. I was thinking about whether I wanted to change something else out, but I'm not going to do that. It's all fine. Be careful. We'll be getting new boats, so use this one as much as you want. I will. Okay, so, for those who have forgotten, since it's been so long, our goal here is to ram the back of this boat over here, this ship, that we need to ram into the butt. We need to conquer this boat. We need to go over controlling. No. We did it! That was pretty rough. I wonder if everyone's okay. Well, we rammed her at full speed. Maybe you should go check on everyone. It was really something, wasn't it? Boom! And there you are. Looks like our plan worked, eh? That was a pretty big bump, eh, Ark? Peiko fell right off where he was sitting. Uh-oh. Peiko! Peiko! Q! 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 Peiko looks a little dizzy, but otherwise unhurt. Chocolate souffle. Ooh, that woke me up. Pickle fell right on top of me. Oh no. Momo looks alright as well. Poor Momo. Usually the black ships are completely automated. So, if you get on that ship, then it'll take you back where it came from, the other side. So I think, if we get to the bridge, we should be able to figure out how the automated systems work. We'll have to look for the bridge, which might take a while, but we can always come back here to rest, right? Please choose 3 party members. I have already chosen my 3 party members. Okay, so we're gonna finally get a chance to sort of try out our trio here. We don't have to worry about doing any fancy footwork here. I don't want to be here. I think I'm down here. Okay, so we got some nut and bolt things. I'm gonna try just charging, see how that goes for me. Ooh! Peiko with a level up. 8 power, 7 defense, and a little bit more HP. Error in platform number 3. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yeah! So Peiko needs 4,000 more experience to level up. It's gonna take a while. Platform movement program. There's only 6 of these. I'm gonna check platform program 3 because there was an error with it, which means that it's not doing what it says it's doing. So we got the crane main switch on. And we are ready to move on. But yeah, I don't think it'll be a huge time investment for me to just check all of these programs. So I'm just going to check all the programs. Alright, I can't even check it again after it. So it's like right, left something, which does not to me imply. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to go anywhere, but... So we're gonna find out what's back here. I'm a little concerned that we're gonna start leveling things faster than I'd like. Okay, there's an ID card stuck in this slot, but the door is broken, so we can't use it. But we should be able to use that later. Potent has taken the initiative. So Peiko's regenerating 16 life per turn now. Not too shabby. Oh, so this is where you get Frost Strike. I forgot. I was wondering about these bolts. Because I had thought for some reason that when you get to that that place that you actually got a new enemy skill. But no, you don't get a new enemy skill. You get an enemy skill that would be new, if not for the fact that you already picked it up earlier. So we need to get one that goes up and one that goes down. So we just need to look for D on this list. So this goes down, but this goes forward, left, down. Okay, so this looks to me like it's coming to where we're looking to go to. It's basically going to go right, and then it's going to go around. To get to here. Then it goes down. Brings us to a nice shiny. We got a skill link. Insolent fools! Who dares to attack me? Some random bolt again. I love how Peiko like grows flowers as the victory check like animation. He's just like, blah, look at me, flowers. Okay, so we need something that has up now. So it should be this one. I think Program 6 just sort of putters around. I don't think that Program 6 does anything useful. That's interesting. So coming to here is not terribly useful for me, at least not now. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the crane. Do we know where the crane even is? It's all good. So we are well on our way. toward facing off with God. Alright. So basically, I'm not entirely sure how the way that this handles the treasure is, but you can see that there's 4 of these chests. There are 4 of these crates available to you. And so my goal here is to get all 4. I only need 3 of them for this, and the way that I recall it working is that you need to you just need to get all 4, and then one of them like breaks off or something. Like it breaks when you drop the last one and you get an item. But what confuses me about that is if that's the case, then that would imply that there's different treasures available. Okay. So the key with this crane minigame, and I remember when I was substantially younger having trouble with it, the key to learning how to utilize this crane game is basically just that you have to understand that it doesn't stop exactly where you let go of the button. It stops like at the next available stopping point after you let go of the button. So all you have to do to sort of ensure that you are healthy, so to speak, and that you're putting it in the right spot, is you just wait for it to pass the correct spot on the previous tile, and then you just let go of the button and you're golden. So it's just that easy. Okay, so we're out here. Nothing interesting over here. Da, 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 da. But we've created a shortcut back to our boat here. So I'm going to continue exploring around here. Okay. Now the other thing is that as I was looking through my characters and as I was trying to figure out what was going to happen next and stuff like that, because I started looking at some of the stuff that's upcoming, I realized that I'm substantially closer than I had originally thought to getting access to some of like the super boss type enemies. So I'm actually a little concerned that I'm going to have difficulty moving forward because the just difficulty of the enemies is just going to start getting out of control. So we will see how this goes. But I do have some concerns there. And yes, it looks like this resets. So I think that there's a different item in each of these boxes. That would be my guess. Interesting. I wonder what's going on with that. Here's the question. Do I seriously have to do each one of them each time? Because I think I do. Which is unfortunate. Alright, one second. I'm gonna check some stuff. I basically want to see how many of these things actually have stuff in them. Lighthouse, mine cart. Shisu. Okay, so each one does have its own. We don't need to worry about it too much. So we basically just need to do this 4 times. One for each of these. It's not going to take that long. It would obviously take a lot longer if I was worse at this minigame. But no risk of that. I should be able to complete the majority of these in one shot. Boom! So this is unfortunately going to take a while. But this is, I believe, missable. I don't think you can just come back to this place anytime you want, so... I am a dope. I think I'm on. Yeah, I'm off. I'm off center. My bad. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-dum. Getting sloppy. Oh shit, I did it again, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh god. Now all of a sudden I'm botching it. This isn't good. Okay. Time to wake up. I just took a nap. And hopefully... I can actually get this shit done correctly. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. The actual size of the sort of wiggle room is about half what I was thinking it was. And it didn't matter because there's plenty of wiggle room as long as you are doing it correctly. But it's good to know that it works that way, because basically the first time that I screwed that up, I just like go really, really early because I'm like, you know, I've done it. And then the next time I sort of was overly concerned about it and screwed up because of that. That's what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna grab this thing. We're almost done here, so we're not quite 3/4 of the way done. Once we do this, we'll be in good shape. So the protectors are nice because they give some stat spec protection, and we should be able to just sort of stockpile status effect resistance for the party, which will definitely be valuable for us. Because getting status resistance capped out getting status resistance capped out will mean that we've got the oh shit, which one did we not take yet? We haven't taken this first one here. Pretty sure. Just give me a second to make sure. Yeah. But I don't like that you have to repeat this minigame in order to get everything. Feels like kind of a waste of time. But to be fair, it is a replication of a Crane game, which, I mean, what is that other than just a waste of time, right? Like, makes sense to me. Okay, here we go. So this should be the last one. And boom. You have done well, Crane. You have served your function admirably. So I've got Ascension, which is, I think, a sword. It certainly sounds like a sword. Oh, it's a holy sword. Interesting. So we have a lot of elements that we can exploit now. And I don't think I need to go down there. Do I? I'm gonna check. Ah, I can't even go over there right now. What's that? Pop over here, pop over here. Tricksy business, indeed. Ooh, do I need to activate that, but none of the others? In order to get to... I don't remember there being something back there. That's not a thing that I recall, but I am gonna check, just to be sure. So we're gonna pop over. We are gonna pop over. Oh! Shit. I just realized that I need to actually... Ooh. There's no way to do that. Okay, we don't need to worry about anything. So we can't actually get over there, because the only way to get to the place where I can go down is to put all three, but if I put all three, then I'm creating a wall that prevents me from getting over there at all. So, that won't work. So, we're going up. Going up to the next level. What's over here? Okay. Just got a couple bolts here. But you can see that even though we're, like, this far, the amount of experience that we got from just, like, the Vulcans is still really, really high compared to the amount of experience that we're getting here. Okay, we got a King Toad here. Ooh, blinded. And dead. And 94 EXP, not really very high. I don't remember if King Toads are worth anything. You found a skill link. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da, 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 da. Okay, that is a lot of friends. So Momo is now the fastest person in the party, it looks like. Oh, 1 HP. Oh, I get it. Da, 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 da. I like it. So, the King Toad uses Influence, the Sleepies confuse you. What a good combo, I like it. Not worth any experience, but still a good combo that I like. Nothing! Anything here? Ammonia. Oh, she's so confused. Yikes. 0 damage to Beiko. Beiko just says, no. We got torn 2,400 zenny. It says boost counter. Ba, 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 da. Ba, da, 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 da. Oh shit. Oh, even blind, he still managed to hit it. That is some extreme luck right there. So... Da-da-da. You know? This boat is way smaller than I remember it being. I remember this being a relatively large dungeon, but we're pretty much done already. It's kind of weird. It's all relative, I guess, right? Like, depends on the size of the things that you've been used to doing in the past. But even, like, the enemies that you face are not... a super big deal. Mostly, like, lone bolts. I shouldn't have done that. He can snooze if he needs healing. Looks like a control mechanism for the ship. But it's too complicated for Ark to understand, because Ark is a damn noob. Looks like this is used to set the ship's heading. If we restart this, it'll do just what Kukui says. Looks like it's set up to go back across the sea. But to get this to work, we need to figure out what the boost counter is. I think I saw something like that on the deck below. You need to go check the number on the boost counter and come back and tell me, okay? Well, I'll get the boost started here. You should run down to the monitor room and tell me when the counter reaches 100, alright? I think you know this, but the counter will be running while you're going to and coming back from the monitor room. Don't wait for it to hit 100. You need to be back here in time to tell me, so you need to time it just right. Okay? Here goes. Ready! Boost start! And I don't think that this is gonna be terribly difficult. Okay. Oops. Two, three, four, five, six. Activating system now! We did it! Sorry, there's not gonna be any discussion while I'm sitting here counting in my head. It's not. It's not really anything for me to say. Hey! It looks like the black ship's starting to move. Time for us to go. Thanks for everything, Zig. Sure, be careful, eh? I'm gonna take this boat back to the Machine Guild. I'm actually curious, if you bring Nino along, does anybody talk to Zig? Everybody this way, come up to the bridge. Now, I believe that we have most of the enemy skills in the game at this point. I think we have a few that we still need to pick up, but not that many actually. What was that? The road to God, to the God that Ark must meet. It looks like this ship intends to take us there. Well, I don't know about any road to God, but this ship's underway and we can't stop her now. Since we don't know how long it's going to take, we might as well sit back and relax. You ask why I came along? It's a fine time to ask now that we can't go back. It's like Mikba said. Even if my power and the Brood's aren't quite the same level, they're like one and the same, yeah? So if we go meet God or whatever, I can find out why such power exists. Sounds like something happened. Let's go check it out. Ark, something's happened. We better get to the bridge and talk to Momo. ID okay. Pookie pookie! Pookie. Momo, what happened? It looks like there's something wrong with the ship. Lovely, just what we want to hear. Yeah, and it's probably because of something you did. No, look at this. There's a problem on the upper deck, near the front of the ship. Maybe we hit something? We should probably check it out. How can we get there, Momo? Let's see. On the other side of our rooms, looks like there's a hall that runs to the prow of the ship. I open the door. In the hall for you. For me? So who's gonna go? Yeah, you're going, Momo. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. A whole party, raring to go. I'm like, if Momo isn't available for this fight, I'm gonna be so sad. Let's do it, Momo. ID? Okay. So is there a journal around here somewhere? There should be, right? Like in the sleeping quarters that we were chilling in? No. Okay, there's one over there. Okay, so we can go get it. I was really worried about that for a second. There's a diary. What do you want to do? Okay, so we can save the game. Saving the game. Save. But I do think that because of the fact that I'm going to be facing off with the post-game bosses earlier than I had anticipated, I am going to regret some of my choices. Specifically putting Giotto on Arc is, I think, a choice that I'm going to regret, because while I do think that he's the person that you would want to put Giotto on, I think that I prematurely put Giotto on him. I think that it was premature to put him under Giotto. I should have basically done what I'm doing with Momo for those levels instead. Okay, so this has swapped us to like a normal formation. Giant crabs. Insolent fool, how dare you strike me? So, do I want attack formation? I'm thinking yes. But we're not going to do an attack formation with Arc at the front. I'm going to do it with Peiko at the front. Dun, 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 dun. So where does this go? Ivory dice. So the advantage of doing it this way is that the majority of attacks will go into Peiko, and Peiko will auto-counter. And since I don't have to worry about the amount of damage that I'm doing with Arc so much, I think it makes sense. Because I don't need to worry about dealing enough damage with Momo and Arc combined. I think that I should be killing things for the most part with that pairing. So... we'll get more DPS overall. Okay, so this goes to another shiny over here. Though it is probably good that he has a lot of AP right now. Because he is going to be pretty underleveled. For the kind of content that we're going to be approaching soon. And we are approaching that content soon. It's not going to be a super long time before we have to deal with that stuff. So, Arc becomes level 23. That's 11 HP, 6 AP, and some decent stat get growth. Okay. So this just rotates around. There's nothing over here. This thing hopefully kills itself. The bug is immune! Ooh, 47, not bad. The reason it's able to do so much damage is that critical hits actually pierce defense completely. So... Okay. There we go. So, Momo is almost level 22. And she can get up to level 24 before she needs to swap masters. It is entirely possible that we are actually going to have to start monopolizing with Peiko. We won't need to do it on this ship or anything. We won't need to do it immediately, but it's something that we are going to have to look into soon, because we're going to get a ton of EXP here. So we'll need to swap Monopolize over to Peiko. That's actually quite a lot of damage. Surprising. I have concerns. Whether there's something hit the bow. Okay, good. So we can... I was worried for a second there. Heals medium runes on all targets. I'm gonna go ahead, I think... Yep. There we go. So we'll just pop a Vitalize. Barbarossa. So why did I not just equip this? Apparently I'm a crazy person. And... Alright, so we should be fine now. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa! I don't think we're gonna be able to fight like this. Why? Let's fall back till we reach the middle of the deck. It should be easier to fight there. Use the right directional button to step back. Watch the monsters. If they begin to move, stop and wait for the next opening. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how you're supposed to do that. I don't actually understand it. It's just not something that I've ever figured out what the hell they're even talking about. So we're going to cast Speed on Arc. He's going to use Charm and... Okay, so these use multi-strike, which we already have. And so now we're going to start running into a bunch of enemies that absolutely already have, are using abilities that we already have. So, failed to steal. That's fine. Charm the other one. Charm. So cool is that Peiko is currently, I believe, immune to confusion, and as long as they're using a single target attack, it doesn't matter if it's melee or like a spell, it will have an increased chance to target him specifically. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shield. I guess Might on Peiko. So we're basically just getting our buffs up while we deal with the initial sort of opening here. We're trying to steal from them, which... thus far, they have not been... Ooh, critical hit! 556 damage! Oh boy. There we go, we got a Moon Tears from one of them. And we can go ahead and cast another shield. And I'll be honest, this feels like back in the day when there was a time period in World of Warcraft where Protection Warriors had an ability that caused damage to enemies every time they dealt damage, or every time they were attacked with a melee attack. And they block damage with their shield, so the amount of physical damage that would be coming out would be very low. And there was actually a time where I was in a PvP situation and there was a rogue attacking me. And the way that stunlock rogues work is that stunlock rogues basically just, they keep you completely locked down and incapable of using your abilities, and then they slowly whittle down your HP over the course of 15 or 20 seconds. But there's nothing that you can do for that entire period of time because you are completely crowd controlled that entire time period. And there was a Stunlock rogue who attacked me in this tower, and they literally killed themselves. I couldn't take any action, but the Stunlock rogue actually killed themselves trying to kill me because every time they hit me, I was dealing damage back to them. And it was absolutely glorious. It made me very happy. Okay, so we are going to get a Vitalize out. But yeah, we can kill the one on the right now. We don't need to keep it alive. And I'll probably do that soon. With Momo and Arc. I've just been casting Might on Peiko because Peiko is doing the majority of the damages fight due to the fact that he's in the front row and he just keeps getting attacked and they just... It would be kind of amusing to see if they kill themselves upon me. Which they inevitably will, so it's not really that amusing to see. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a nap. I would do more, but there's not really much reason to, because... Okay, we're gonna Shadow Walk the one on the right. Shadow Walk! Wait, how did that not... Interesting. Multi-strike is not considered a physical attack for the purposes of reprisals, it looks like, because Peiko has a 100% chance to reprisal. Meanwhile, Arc in the background, just taking naps. Yeah, she's not doing a lot of damage. This thing is pretty tanky. So he reprisalled here. Why didn't he reprisal last turn? Oh, that is a lot of damage. That's weird. Am I not in the attack formation? That's all I can think of. But it looks like I'm in the attack formation. So why am I not? Okay! I love it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. There we go, we grabbed the Moon Tears. Charging. Do I want to charge? Nah. Actually, yeah, we do. Because I don't know if I'm gonna get a nap here. As we progress through, so I don't want to have to snooze a bunch to restore a bunch of mana that I used for no reason. So we're just gonna take these out now. Don't think it'll be too difficult. Ooh, hello. Well, that was unexpected. Okay. Okay, so we need to cast Vitalize again. And so, if we had... protection against ice, that would be pretty useful. Particularly Momo, I think, needs to have some protection from ice. And Arc can actually just equip the Blizzard Mail. Shadow Walk. And we already stole, so punch it. Here comes the tsunami. Okay, so he's gonna snooze. So we just keep shooting. I guess I should have just popped my dragon form and finished this off. I thought that it was gonna go faster than this, but those blizzards are really 400 damage. Alright, so everybody levels up. Peko becomes level 27, gains 19 hit points, 10 defense. Momo gets 15 AP, 10 power, 5 agility, holy shit, and 13 intelligence. That is an insane level for her. And Art gets a fine level. Not bad. Not too shabby. Okay, so that level on Momo, holy shit. That's intense. So she had a speed ring that was giving her plus 10. And now she's got half of that bonus without it. So, pretty sexy. But we're gonna go ahead and just kill these things. So 17 HP regen per round. So Momo is approaching 24. So she actually gained 2 levels, not 1. And we've got Arc approaching 25. So 24 is, unfortunately, I think the last level that we want on her for now. I think Momo is actually reaching the limits. Finally, after several days' travel, the ship completed its crossing of the ocean. Give me one moment, actually. Yeah, 24 is also a day's level, so that's fine. The damaged back, and brought them to a place heretofore unknown to them. We finally made it. Doesn't look too much different from our side, does it? Who knows? Maybe there's monsters here the size of the black ship? Yeah, baby, let's bring it on. I want all that EXP. At any rate, we're in a new world now. We'd all best keep on our toes. Hey, there's people here. You're not from around here, are you? Where'd you get that idea? I am clearly a local person here. Looks like the automated ship's back. Did you come here on it? No, where'd you get that idea? It's a mechanical soldier. But it doesn't look threatening. Call this town Combinat. Hey, there's nothing but scrap and desert around us. This is where we get our machine scrap. Where does it come from? I don't know. Well, that sounds familiar. You need weapons? I don't know, do I? So we can get a fire sword or a piercing edge, which is 91 attack power with only 4 weight. Get raptor claws. Oh, armor piercing shells. Ho ho! Sage's frock. Ooh, raises power. So +5 to power with these. In addition to very, very solid defense. There is a lot of really good stuff here. And we're gonna go ahead and equip our coupons. I think it's only appropriate that he equip the coupons. Looking for something? Looking for... That's a lot of robots. We just use the machines here to load scrap onto the ship. Don't know anything more than that. Why do you load scrap onto the ship? You know, you say go ahead, and then you charge me 200 zenny. You know, you're giving me mixed signals here, friend. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. And then we're gonna go talk to our robot friend over here. Vigwa devi ubi debu val debiauviu Vugugugu. Vivi. The robot gave you a homing bomb. That sounds like something she could use. Alright, so this gives increased accuracy, but she doesn't really need it. Because why would you need accuracy when you have Shadow Walk, which automatically crits? So... came looking for God? I wouldn't know anything about that. Okay then, we won't ask you about it. Boo boo? Boo 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 boo. Boo da boo. Ba da ba 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 da 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 da. Okay, so I apparently can pick up weapons here that are pretty good. The question is, do I want to, or do I want to... I'm not going to quite yet. Though those armor piercing... I'm going to pick up the armor piercing shells. This is such a huge upgrade for her. This is like 62 extra damage. You can't say no to 62 extra strength. I mean, that's crazy. That would be crazy talk. All the people over on this side, they're like zombies or something. No spunk in them at all. They're like machines. Doesn't this just beat all? Who knows what'll happen next, huh? Scared? Who, me? Ha! I'm here because I want to be. I could have just stayed on the other side, you know? I was happy just being a highwayman, yeah? Okay, so maybe I'm a little nervous. Who the hell is he talking to? Who'd ever think we'd go off somewhere no one has gone before, looking for God? Sheesh. What's up with this brood stuff, anyway? The extinct brood, the god of the Urkins. We're searching for an answer to a mystery that could change the world. If I'd stayed in Windia, I would never have experienced any of this. But I bet everyone back home at the castle, especially my mother, they must all be worried about me. But being here is better than just being a princess, isn't it? Maybe I'm just being selfish. What's most important for you is what you want for yourself. Think about how amazing it is that we may be able to figure out where all of the machines we use come from. Wonder what my dad would say if he were here. Every engineer dreams about solving the mystery of the machines. And I'm gonna do my best to see that it's me who finally solves the puzzle. This is so bizarre. Is this like just their internal monologue? We don't have much to go on, but I'm sure that the power Days gave us will show us the way again. Tomorrow's another big day, eh, Ark? Indeed. Every day is a big day when you are slaying all who dare to oppose you. So we are now on the Lost Shore. So this leads to where? Nowhere. There is fishing to be done here, but we're not going to do it quite yet. We have Yggdrasil right there, and we have a fairy ring right here, so let's pop into the fairy ring. And if we needed to put anyone under Yggdrasil as a master, we would be able to do it because there's another Yggdrasil tree here. Scat and Berry. How are we doing on food? So food is close to, but not quite capped out. Scat is kind of craptacular. Berry is very craptacular. I'm actually tempted to just put her on a distant exploration. I'm gonna do it. So, exploration is a way that you can get some really good stuff in this game. The problem with it is that, of course, they go on expeditions and then sometimes they just don't come back. But, of course, that's also a good thing because it means you can get rid of your weaklings. Ooh, there's another chrism here. I wasn't expecting that. I forgot about that. So we found Trance. That's cool. I'm glad that I just randomly decided to go in there because I did not think that there was anything special in there. I hope that I didn't miss, because I think I've only went to one of the Yggdrasil trees that was in the other shore. So hopefully I didn't miss anything there. Would you take a look at this place? It's practically a ghost town. I don't know about you, but God must have some interesting taste to want to live in a place like this. Pukisul. He's the only green thing around here. Well, that's not true. We just left the Yggdrasil tree, so all we can do for now is hope that we've come to the right place. I just know we're getting closer, Ark. So they put the machines on the black ship and send them over the sea? So who makes these machines in the first place? And why do these people send them on ships? What purpose does that serve for them? Who told them to do that? What's the economic function of doing it? It's very bizarre. I guess we'll hopefully find out? Question mark? So we are rapidly approaching the point where we're going to start having to deal with some really scary stuff. So now here's the question. Do I now want... Ooh, what does Multibot use? I don't actually remember what Multibot has access to. Get wrecked. So Multibot Reprisals as Thunderclap. So Thunderclap is a move that we have seen before. I suspect that I don't actually need anything from the Multibots. I'm just doing that because I don't like being blind. So, especially on something that's representing like that, it's better to just get it over with. So I also need to check my... Ooh, we got... Ooh, okay. So we're gonna use Blitz. That's trouble. Multibot defends. Fuck! Ho ho ho! That is interesting. Okay, so it used Target after it used Disembowel. Okay. We're gonna hope that this thing uses Disembowel again. I don't know if it will, though, because it's already used it the once. So does Momo have... Oh, is this thing blinded? It doesn't look blinded. And then it uses Disembowel the second that I charge. Of course it does. Because of course it does. Okay, so this is probably gonna kill it. Yeah. So... that was interesting. Not expected. Da, da. Whew, boy. So, we're gonna need to protect against that if we can. But I don't see how. We're going to change our formation because our formation was in fact Contaminated. So we got UV glasses, which I think makes you immune to blind, probably. Yeah, protection versus blindness. We're gonna give it to her because... Are we? Yeah, we're gonna give it to her. So if she's protected from blind, that'll help us a reasonable bit. So we need to learn the disembowel skill while we're here. We actually have a lot of opportunities in this general vicinity to learn disembowel, so it's not a huge deal. So I believe I have 2 people who are completely immune to that effect. And Momo is very close to leveling up again, which is great and all, but so this uses timed blow, I believe, which I think we already have. So the multibot has the initiative and it defends, because that's what it does on first turn. Taking a nap. So it's defending again. It. I really need to improve Peiko's accuracy. Curious what multibot can use. I know it can use Thunderclap, which we've already learned. So that just led up to here again, so... Okay, we've got the assassins here. So unfortunately we have 2 people on this one. I'm curious about the fact that they use the target ability. I wouldn't expect that. Oh shit. That actually hit quite hard. Nice, we got disembowel. Which is particularly good because it means that we have just finished up Bunyan. So Bunyan teaches Disembowel as his sort of has his 10th level ability. So now, hopefully that's not a Momo. It's not. Good. So they might have just both killed themselves. And that is a yes. So unfortunately, we're not quite fast enough. To do what we'd like to do. Oops, wrong way. You found the almighty spanner. So the spanner is a big deal. Well, not that big a deal, honestly, because we've already got... For the most part, we're done with fishing, but we're not 100% done with fishing. And what the spanner does is it is by far the most powerful fishing rod, and it is a potent. It's basically the Peko of fishing rods, which you'll understand when you see it. You'll understand. You have the initiative. Oh, interesting. She went faster than them. She can outspeed the assassins. That's good. I don't think she can do it with consistency, but she can do it right now. Which means that if she did equip that speed boost gear, she would be able... Ooh, is now the time? Because I don't think I have any other... Okay, so we can now just walk past the Steel Grave, which is great, and we can go to camp, and we can save the game. What do you want to do? We want to save. The time has come to save the game, my friends. Excellent. And what are we gonna do? We are gonna pop over here and we are going to do a little bit more fishing. Do we want to do any fishing here?
Get ready.
I'm actually thinking that I don't. I'll come back to this. I currently have all the best fishing gear that I'm gonna have. But I'm gonna leave this for right this moment, and come back to it when I'm prepared to do all of the fishing that I'm going to do. So we're gonna head to the colony. Bum bum. Ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Excuse me. Ooh. Sorry about that. Okay, so I wonder what happened if I purified the Toxic Man. If I cast Purify the Toxic Man, then he isn't toxic anymore. Presumably. Okay. Okay, I am going to... That's interesting. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so they used Venom Breath after I cured them of their own poison. Well, grateful they are clearly not. So screw you guys. I think that it's time for y'all to die. There's two different types of Toxic Man here. Like they're clearly two different classifications of enemy. They're taking different damage values. Interesting. What's going on there? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and purify the poison. And I think I'm going to swap up my stuff. So we're gonna give her speed boots. And we're not going to throw her in the front row quite yet. We're not quite ready to throw her to the Lions. But the intention here is that she is able to basically instigate the enemies before they even get a turn. So if this works out well so far... The advantage of Blitz is that it does more damage than you would get out of a normal attack, and because it splits into 3 attacks, you have a higher probability of doing at least some. But yeah, those Toxic Men have a huge amount of HP. Looks like the same device that was in the basement of Willindia Castle. So if we use this, it looks like we can go anywhere we want. I found a key. Okay. This looks like some kind of machine. Maybe it has something to do with the room below? Alright, so... So we have a Codger here. I should have probably just attacked with Peiko. That Codger has a lot of HP. So, Magic Shuffle has a 1 in 32 chance. I think it's 1 in 32. It's a 1 in something chance of using Ebon Fire. And Ebon Fire is a non-elemental damage spell that does pretty decent damage. Ah, Kez, the voice of the brood. We found the failure gene. Oh, lovely. And let's see here. Do we want to just... I don't know what abilities the Codger has access to via Magic Shuffle other than... I don't know if there's any AoEs. There probably are. But he used Bad Back. So Peiko learned Bad Back, which is great. And Momo is about to hit her current cap. So we don't want to keep leveling after that point. Okay, so... So here's where we find out whether Momo is faster. That's a no. So Momo is not faster than these, so we definitely do not want to put her in the front row. But that's okay. Oops, I did not actually see what we got out of that. I think we got a remedy. Okay, just a second, folks. Okay, so Peiko is falling asleep because he's extremely disrespectful, but we're dropping out down here. And what do we have here? Looks like we have mirrors. We have a laser. So... there's a lot of complicated writing. Maybe Momo would be able to understand it. It's a good thing we're bringing Momo to the table, huh? Activating portal drive. Activation key. Insert key? Yes. There we go. It's working now. Let's see. To activate the portal, align the reflectors to aim the laser into the fuse. Okay. That must be where the laser comes out. Then we use these reflectors, which are like mirrors, to reflect the beam, which are mirrors. Let's be clear here. And how do we do that? So it hits that fuse sitting there. Yep. It's my guess that this portal drive referred to here is the machine we found that's similar to the one in the castle. But judging by the output, this portal looks like it has a lot larger range than that one. Let's give it a try. The switch to align each reflector is on the stands there. Once we've got them all lined up, we flip this switch and the laser fires. Got it? Let's get to work. I actually have no idea how I want this aligned. I guess I'll try this, see if this does what I want it to. Yes, okay, so we're perfectly fine here. We'll see. There we go. All set. We now have an active portal drive. And that is great. So that means a couple of things. The first thing that it means is absolutely just good for us, which is it means that we have access to teleporting around. The other thing is a little more questionable in terms of its utility, which is that we now have access to some of the most dangerous creatures in the game. So, good for us, or bad for us, depending on whether those creatures kill us horribly. Okay. Okay, so Momo has 3,000 EXP before level 25. Level 25 is a fall level. But one thing that is very nice is that because we got this active, I think we should be able... we should be able to swap her over to a new master. Which will be Totemo Excelente. Bum, bum. Relay point A. Due to antenna error, this station is locked in auto-receive mode. Please check antenna before initiating transfer. Oh, honey. Where are you going now? Dun-dun. She's coming up here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Honey, wait! Honey, where do you think you're going? Wait a minute, isn't this... Hold it, this is where I think it is. This is Steel Beach, you know, in Urkin. Just as I thought. The Machine Guildsmen were surprised to see me. They wanted to know how we got in. Doesn't this just beat all? After all that trouble to get across the outer sea, we end up right back where we started. We'll never find God at this rate. Yes, it looks like we're back to square one. What should we do now? Amazing! With that portal machine, we traveled all the way back here in the blink of an eye. Maybe the world's not as big as we think it is. That's it! Portals are relics. From ancient times, from God's time. Think about it. The world must be pretty small to God. Sounds legit. God. Or the people who made the machines, rather. Must have used these portals to travel around the world. In other words, you're saying that God and the machines are connected somehow? Well, I don't know for sure, but... Perhaps the machines are a gift from God? Yeah, that's it. You took the words right out of my mouth. So maybe by using the portals, we could travel right to wherever God is. First, let's check out the portal. Where we just arrived. Come on. Please choose 3 party members. think we can... We'll leave Nina in the party for now. Just because... I mean, it's not like we're gonna run into anything dangerous. There we go. So we need 2 more levels on Arc under this master. Dun, da, da, dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, Insector. I'd forgotten that these existed. Okay, so these have access to a new enemy skill that I don't have yet. So unfortunately, I do not have Peiko with us. That is a lot of damage. Holy shit. Do I want to do here? This is silly. I'm gonna use Blitz. I'm gonna use Vitalize. The Blitz is coming out first, so... Okay. That was, more dangerous than I was expecting it to be. Bum, bum. Relay point A. So maybe there's an antenna over this way. Oh, there is. Whoops. Well, it looks like this is like a whole like dungeon, and I didn't realize it. So we got 2 Codgers here. Bad back. Okay, so I am gonna have to start running if I get into too many more fights here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Luckily, this is not... Okay. I'm gonna actually do this. Shit! That thing just outsped her. That's a serious issue. Okay, I am actually going to transform into a dragon. I don't want to be susceptible to a combo kill here. Jesus. Okay, I was not expecting this to be this difficult. Again, I had completely forgotten this was a dungeon. So, Should be able to get them first. There we go. So Ark is now leveled up. So we have one more level for Ark before he can start getting, shall we say, proper levels. Okay, the other thing that we need to do, we do not have protection against wind. So we are in attack formation. Ark is at the lead. Problem is that those insectors are actually fast enough to outspeed her, even with... I'm gonna give her light clothing. Because that cuts a lot of weight off. And hopefully that'll get us out of speed tie territory, because I think we're in a speed tie. So hopefully this will get us out of speed tie territory and get us into winning territory. There's a small diagram. West switch east. East down, west up, south. Okay, so... I don't know that I need to read those, honestly. Okay, so the west switch puts this up. Puts all the others down. Oh, I have to... Yes. Okay, I didn't realize that I could only push the buttons once. So we're done. Okay. We are not done because there's another one at the north. Shit. Okay, well, I thought we were done, but I was not right. Okay, there's actually quite a few different... Actually, give me a second, I want to check something over here. Luckily, we don't have random encounters in this spot because it's a puzzle room, so... Go back over here. This is correct to give us access to that, so I'm actually going to leave this the way that it is and try to figure out how to get to there. It's probably up there. I suspect that this is going to stay the way that it is for now. It's not going to take a lot of trial and error to... Oh, shit. Oh! I like that. So, those are tank bots. So, how are we doing here? We got 2,000 EXP left for Momo. Found a lacquer staff. Okay. So this does not increase intelligence, so I don't see any reason to equip it. There's really no reason for Nina to be using just a standard physical attack. It's just a complete waste. She has access to Magic Ball, so why would you use a physical damage attack when you could use what is a effectively elemental physical attack? Shit. So wisdom seed. Okay, so down we go. We can now try. And as far as I can tell, that hasn't impacted any of these, so hopefully that actually does what we want it to do. If that does what we want it to do, then we are done. And that's it! So we've completed this puzzle. A little bit of luck, and a little bit of, you know, basic understanding of how the puzzle has to work can go a long way. Dun, 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 dun. So that's not gonna kill him. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that does though. So Ark is getting pretty close. And we have finally started to fight enemies that are worth more experience than the other things. Okay, so if we're trying to get to the center, I remember the basic gist of this puzzle, so. Da, 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 da. I don't think we even need to. Actually, I guess that we needed that for that purpose, but. Da, 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 da. So this one's a pretty simple puzzle. Basically, you just have to, because you can only go one of two directions as you get on these. So the goal here is just to get it so that you can go into the center by doing this. Easy peasy. And again, I had completely forgotten that this entire dungeon existed. I've forgotten about it completely. which is very amusing to me because it's a gigantic dungeon, and I'm sitting around with Nina in my party for no damn reason. Okay, so... I don't mind getting Momo closer to leveling up, but she absolutely cannot level up here. If I level her up, I will be very, very upset with myself. So... okay, this leaves outside. Oh, we got another copy of Barbarossa. Bum, bum. That's a pretty heavy hit. Oh right, Nina isn't wearing her armor, I forgot about that. Nina has a, I was checking the Robe of the Wind on Momo a million years ago, seeing if she could actually wear it, and she cannot. So there's a chest here. Those are Reapers. So Momo needs 700 more experience. We're so fucking close. Let's do it. Do it! Roarg! No. I don't want another item encounter! We're too close! I don't know if these are gonna outspeed Nina, so... And Nina can get a level, because she's under... what's his name? She is under Ematai. Okay, we're not going over there. You know, it occurs to me. That when I do activate this, I'm probably gonna have to run back through the entire dungeon again. Okay, so... Aligning the portal antenna. Do you want to keep reading? Yes. Change the facing of the antenna with the directional button. Look for the angle with the least amount of noise. When you find it, press the X button to end the alignment. So we have completed that. Unfortunately, we are going to have to run our way from a bunch of enemies now, which means that we are going to have to swap up some of this business. So... yeah, it's too bad that I don't have, like, Peiko in the party. Am I gonna just run from this? I think I'm gonna blitz this party down. I'm actually not. I'm gonna try to run. Alright. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so a tank bot here. I hope it doesn't sacrifice. Oh, it's using transfer? Interesting. I didn't know that a tank bot would use a transfer while it was alone. It's good to know. So transfer is an interesting ability because it transfers mana from one character to another. But because of the fact that the mana transfer is sort of just handled by healing mana on one person at the cost, the normal mana cost for another, if you have an item like the Spirit Ring or the Shaman's Ring, those items give you a mana cost reduction. So you can actually use transfer to transfer 10 mana to someone for 5 mana if you have a Spirit Ring. So you can get some really, really good efficiency out of that. So hopefully... But yeah, one good thing is that a lot of these rooms are puzzle rooms. So there's a huge room here, but this huge room doesn't actually involve running into any enemies, so that doesn't make a big difference. So hopefully we will be able to get out of here soon. I think that's a bad idea. We're going to try to get out. I suspect that the Insectors only use Tornado when they're alone. And I think that they probably do it as a first turn thing while they're alone. I'm not positive, but I think that that's probably the case. Okay, there's another one over there. I don't remember where I'm going. I'm not going to try to get that treasure chest because it's a waste of time, because if I want to get that treasure chest, I would much rather get that treasure chest when I can get the XP from the enemies as well as get the treasure chest. So, they're using focus. Which is moderately terrifying. I wonder if Blitz is probably affected by focus, isn't it? Okay, we're set. We're here. Current location, relay point A. Enter destination. Okay, we are going to go to relay point B. And that means that we can now get all over the place. This is very, very good. So, we're going to go to Windia. I'm going to get the game saved. And then we're going to pop Peiko back in the party. And we are, I guess, going to complete the rest of this dungeon And then we will have a specific... We will have a very specific problem on our hands. It's going to be interesting to see. We have officially reached the post-game. Now, I say that, we haven't at all reached the post-game exactly. In terms of like where we are in the plot, we're not there yet. But one of the locations that we can go to does have post-game enemies in it that we can fight. So we're going to do that. Now, Momo is sitting on level 24, so level 24 to 25 is fall. It's actually not a bad level to be under Days either, to be honest. It's not a bad Days level because she only gets 1 point of defense this level, but it's better to be under fall. You again? What do you want? Someone who wants to be my apprentice? Heck yeah, there is. Okay, Momo, you're my apprentice now. Anyone else want to be my apprentice? No, that's fine. Come back anytime, I'll be here. Okay, so we now need to pop Peiko into the party. And then we're going to level up both of these characters one more time while finishing up this dungeon. And then we will be able to master Giotto, and we will be able to do some other cool stuff as well. Before we do that, though, I think I am going to pop into here. So we are going to finish up the dungeon that we were just in, just get that shiny object that I somehow missed. Let's see here. Oh no. So Barry's expedition failed. Not exactly surprising. So it looks like we need more food. So I'm not actually sure if the people who are clearing are actually doing anything. We've run out of room to build new houses. Okay, so I think that means that they're done clearing completely. Da, 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 da. Put this one under hunting. So hopefully that's enough to suit our needs. We will go ahead and pop over here. And it is time to say hello. Time to say hello. So, Hidden Dagger. Chance of an instant kill. I like that. Oh, Holy Mantle! Hot diggity. Okay, so we can get a Holy Mantle, which lowers the chance of meeting enemies. And a Bell Collar, which increases the chance of running into enemies. Those are both good things to have. We don't need them right now, but it's good to have them available. And the other thing was a Hidden Dagger. So, I think for now we're just going to continue on. Okay, we're gonna go save, and then once we have saved, we are going to pop in and fight a couple of fights. Somehow I get the feeling no matter how hard I study, I'll never be able to figure out how the portals work. Instantaneous movement between 2 points No matter how far apart they are. Certainly sounds like something a god would be capable of, doesn't it? Pokebone. Oops. We worked so hard to get there, and then we're back in a flash. It's amazing. But it also makes me feel pretty silly. There's so many things in the world we don't understand. I don't like that. Okay, well, become a scientist then. I mean, it's not going to make you feel better, because everything that you learn is going to tell you 6 things that you thought you knew but didn't actually understand properly. But at some point, you'll hopefully have enough information that you'll be able to make sensible decisions in your life. Okay then. So, Momo is able to level, Ark is able to level, Peiko can level as much as he wants. And once we get her this next level, we'll want to swap her to Days again. But we don't need to do it immediately, we can just... Oops, this is the wrong place. So, sign. Portal drive activated. We're going to relay point A. Code check. Okay, relay point A input. Beep. Bum, bum. Da, 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 da. And we immediately run into a fight, which will hopefully level up Momo. Typhoon! It's probably gonna kill Momo. It did not kill Momo, she has 1 HP left. Wow. Alright, so Momo and Ark are about to level. Peiko is about to level. I guess I will. So, nobody successfully identified the tornado spell that he's casting. Interestingly enough, though, that Typhoon spell is going to be super dangerous in conjunction with that. So, Momo is about to level. And that's all good. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before Days can get... before Momo can get multiple levels under a single master. But it should be okay. I also need to check, because I do not know what Ark needs for his next level. So Momo becomes level 25. Huge amount of defense, 7 HP. Ark learns Barrier. Oh, the timing on that. Oh, the timing on learning Barrier. It's so good. Okay, so... let's see here. Okay, so we're over here. We've got all this stuff set up. Where was... There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, this is gonna lead downstairs. We'll see how much experience we need to level up as well. I'm gonna check if I can get... Not if it does that. No. Okay, so Peiko levels up. He's in good shape. I say he's in good shape. It's... He's gonna have a harder time moving forward than we would normally expect. And yeah, we're going up this way. Because now that we've completed this area, we've gotten our characters to the point where they can get their masters done, we are going to be heading into some post-game territory here. It's going to be a little concerning. So, we won't be doing that this stream, because getting that started is something that's going to be a process. But starting on, I guess, the Monday stream, we will be doing that. So, that's going to be good. But for now, we are going to go talk to the Masters, talk to Giotto at any rate, and learn his skills so that we can swap Ark to someone else. And one of the interesting things is that when we're dealing with the post-game bosses, actually, Peiko is going to start getting really, really crazy really, really fast. Because Peiko is... what's the word? Peiko's the only one who can actually get multiple level ups under the same master, and the post-game enemies are obviously going to give ludicrous EXP. So since they're going to give me a ludicrous amount of experience, I'm not going to be able to leave these people under one master and just be like, okay, well, whatever. So Peiko is probably going to get like half a dozen levels if I manage to kill either of the post-game bosses. Because we are very, very under-leveled to be going up against them. Again, they are post-game bosses. It's the equivalent of challenging Ruby Weapon when you're, about 3/4 of the way through the game. So we are going to be having a difficult time, to be sure, but hopefully it'll all work out. So, what abilities do you have? You have way too many. That's how many you have. So we're going to go into the camp, and we are going to use some of the skilling. We've obtained a ton of it so far, and we haven't needed to use too much, but now we're going to basically dump all of the skill notes that he's got out the window. Okay, so we are going to create, first of all, Gar has monopolized. I didn't realize that he was the one who had it. She needs Blitz, she needs Shadow Walk. Those two abilities are very important to her, they're core. And do I want her to have Snooze? I do not think I do. She does need Influence. So these 4 abilities, I think, are sort of the core elemental abilities that she's always going to need to have. Last Resort is, I think, pretty good for Peiko. It's not going to be terribly useful in the fights that we're about to go into, but it's something that is useful generally. And War Shout and Shield gives him something to do with his mana bar, and giving him Steel is odd because he has 0... zero agility, but it's fine. It doesn't make that big a difference to have higher agility, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we do, however, need to give him Monopolize. He needs to have Monopolize. Okay, now as for Arc, I think Arc is going to get Snooze. It's definitely going to get Charm. gonna get snooze. I'm gonna give super combo to Peiko. I don't think he needs Flame Strike. I actually don't think that the strikes are terribly potent. For the most part. But that's fine. Now, what else do we need? Wall of fire, timed blow. I think Sanctuary is something that's useful to keep around. Enemies very rarely use stat buffing abilities, but might as well try it. Mind Flay is largely useless. And what else do we have? We have Focus. I think he should probably have Focus. And I think we are set for now. We're going to take Resist off of her. And I'm going to take Kairi off of her as well. We're going to give... I'm going to give Momo Kairi. Because this is the kind of ability that just ends a fight instantly. And let's see here. Anything else that I want to do? I don't see any reason to give her Magic Ball, actually, so... And she already has Purify, and I think he has Purify as well. So I think we're done for now with that. And we are going to... oh, right. I just realized that... Did I take off enough of his skills? Because... Yeah, that's a yes. Okay. So... we now have the ability to just learn all three of Geodo's skills. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, so, hello, Geodo. Mine eyes would mistake thee, thou hast changed greatly since our last our paths did cross. How does the water find these today? Ark, I must bequeath thee upon this. You learn Trump. Be among thee that would call me master? Yea, sir. Never mind. Nay, sir. The reason that I say yes is because it's faster than saying no. Let's see. How does the waters find thee today? Ark learned Berserk. Okay. And... blah, 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 blah. So we learned Sudden Death, and that is it. So we are now done with Geodo. Geodo has taught us everything that he has to teach. In fact, the Berserk skill is a skill that you can learn elsewhere, and Sudden Death is pretty terrible. This is, I think, possibly the first time that I've ever actually gotten Sudden Death. Because generally speaking, I just pick up the enemy skill Berserk from a different creature that actually uses the ability, and then just don't bother with Sudden Death, because Sudden Death is pretty much trash. But we can now look at our master list. So Bunyan should be mastered now. Bunyan is mastered. Geodo is mastered. Hondara is not mastered yet, but will be getting mastered very quickly. Daze is obviously not mastered because we haven't learned really any of her stuff yet. But we have made a lot of progress here. And we're going to be making a little bit more progress as well because the final ability that's used, that you can learn from Hondara, is actually learnable in one of the encounters that we're going to be shooting for next. So before we do those encounters, I'm actually thinking that I probably want to... Excuse me. I think I should do a little bit of fishing. So I'm going to do that fishing now. Because if I don't do the fishing now... Basically, if I can do this fishing now and get this done, it'll make my life a little bit easier going into the post-game stuff that I'm about to do. And if we do manage to get all of these post-game bosses dealt with, we are going to be in really, really good shape. We've got... I mean, obviously, we'll be in good shape because all of a sudden, Peiko will be level 35 or something stupid like that. So we're going to have an absolute god-tier onion on our side. But it would also be an awesome sort of proof of concept as well to be able to do that. Part of the difficulty is with the particular party that I have, I actually do not have access to the absorption of all the elements that I would like to be able to absorb. So I'm a little concerned about that. But I think it should be fine. Because basically we have all these magma armors and things like that, which are all well and good, except they're not equipable by either Peiko or by Momo. We have the asbestos armor, but the asbestos armor doesn't give you immunity. There is one other piece of gear that I could get, but it wouldn't be able to really help me too much anyway, so it's not really a big deal. There's a flame shield that you can get as a rare drop from the Lizardmen, but that wouldn't help me deal with the problem because it just gives me another character that can get +2. Because Peiko can use that, but Momo can't, unfortunately. So, first of all, we're going to equip the spanner. And we're going to use... They go after, like, frogs or something, right? Here it is. Alright, so... Average length is 150, and we have 133 as our highest, so... It doesn't actually say what it eats. Interesting. I think that they eat frogs. So, we're gonna go ahead and put Baby Frog on here. Actually, I think that what I'm gonna do... do I want to go back to Combinat? No, it's fine. I was thinking maybe I'd want to just go to Combinat to pick up the, That's interesting. Do they go after worms? Those things are so far away. Okay, so this is the spanner. Basically, with the spanner, for most fish, they're not going anywhere. Right? If they try to fight back against the spanner, it doesn't actually change anything except drain their stamina bar. Because the sort of maximum amount of push that they can put out against your rod is not greater than the pull strength of your rod. These things actually might go for something else. The disadvantage that the spanner has is that it's about average in terms of its actual range. So it's also possible. Yeah, this is definitely coming after this, so we are going to continue pushing you down. Oh, sure. Okay. Fine. Come on, Brandy. Come on, Brandy. Come to me, come to me. Yeah. I was wondering how I could get around that without forcing the Brandy out to the side again. And the answer is I don't know if I actually could have or not. Okay. But we do have a Brandy really close to shore now, so... Maybe I should try to do the 4-point one when dealing with the Brandies. I don't actually know how it's done, so give me a second. So yeah, the problem with the 4-point one is the 4-point one doesn't have any similarity to the previous ones. I should have definitely bought the bait while I was in Commandant. In Commandant, I think you have access to rank 3 bait. There we go. Okay. So we've got the Brandy. And once it stops jumping around, we should be able to start pulling it back pretty easily. There we go. There we go.
Very good.
Alright, so we got one. We need a total of 3 Brandies, so... Okay, I'm gonna swap to the angling rod. Because the angling rod has the longest range. This just shoots so far. And the advantage is... if you... unfortunately, I had to dodge the thinger there. But... you can sort of shunt them toward where you want them to be. I wasn't paying enough attention to that one. Okay, so we're gonna push this. I think that this is all that we need, is just these ones. Okay, so we're gonna try and get this with an angling rod. The angling rod is a weird one to use. It's not a very strong rod, so the question is whether we actually manage to pull this back, or whether it's just gonna... It could just pull the line out.
Not too bad.
There you go. If it gets beyond 60, it just pulls the line out. So that's the problem with using the angling rod, is that to a large degree, it's just based off of randomness whether you're going to even have an opportunity to pull the fish in. So... So you can see that we're basically just kind of chasing this fish. Because as we push it further and further this direction, it'll just get within range for us to just pick it up with a spanner. Shit. Now I've got to try to catch a piranha, which, unfortunately, is harder than you'd expect because I'm using this angling rod. But it is a piranha, so there's no way for it to get too typical. Okay, there we go.
Good.
So we're gonna equip the spanner. That is way too far out. Let's try that one more time. Ugh. I'm always fading. There we go. Alright, so once we've caught this Barandi, we will actually be pretty much done with Barandi. The only thing that we'll have to do for them later... Or sorry, we have one more that we need to catch, actually. Once we catch one more Barandi here, we'll be done with Barandi, except for trying to get points. We will be trying to get to... sort of increase our score, like our fishing score and stuff like that eventually.
Ready?
But we're not going to do that right now. That's not something that we need to worry about right now. Let's see here. Where are all the Barandi? That one? No, that's just a tiny fish. Looks like they're pretty deep. So we're basically just going to have to wait for these things to come to a position that they're catchable. I could use the angling rod to push them closer to shore, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna swap to the angling rod. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. There we go. Okay, we got our next Brandy. And even something like a Brandy just can't break free of the almighty grip of the spanner. It is a very, very, very potent rod. Got out eventually, but we basically just pulled it all the way in.
Very good.
It's the exact opposite of what happened when we did the thingamabobber, the angling rod. Alright. So, we now have 4 Barandi on us, and that is how many we need. So we're going to head back over to the teleporter, and we are going to try to head back to Combinat, because we saw that little fishing spot there, and we actually have a couple more fish that we need to catch before we're ready. Now that I think about it. But, that's fine. But yeah, the Brandy would be much easier to catch if I was using 1 tier higher of bait. Because with 1 tier higher bait, it'll basically double the duration that they're actually willing to approach. So, ready to read it, point A, and we are good to go. Bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. So destination is Colony. Dum, dum, dum. Interestingly enough, you actually run into enemies in the colony teleporter room. Disembowel isn't gonna do you a lot, friend. It drops HP down to 1. Alright, so... we're gonna pop over here, we're gonna pick up some fish. We're gonna pick up some bait first, then we're gonna pick up some fish, then we're gonna pick up some amazingly awesome stuff. We got another new type of toxic man, interestingly enough. There are a lot of different types of toxic man. Charge. And there we go. Okay, so popping into combat. Okay, we're gonna use Okay, so we have exactly 2 fish that we need to catch right now, I believe. I think we have enough spearfish already, but maybe we don't. I do not actually know for sure. But maybe what I want to do, since this is sort of our last hurrah when it comes to fishing, this is the last fishing spot in the game, I believe. Though there might be another one, but I don't think so. I think this is the last fishing spot in the game. So, everything else is moving inland, not further out to the... Whoopsies. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I was trying to go to the fishing spot, not to fight here. So I'm almost level 26. So once she's level 26, she'll swap. Then when she gets to 27, she'll swap again. And then at 28, she doesn't swap, so... We are gonna save the game. And go fishing. But I'm really looking forward to seeing whether we have an actual chance here or not. Because my goal is to be able to do these post-game enemies now and, you know, fight them each once, because there's 2 of them. Fight them each once, beat them, and then move on.
Get ready.
I don't know if it'll actually be possible, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing if it is. Okay, so... that does go down fast. Da, 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 da. I moved too close to that. I should have kept it pushing. Okay, we're just gonna pull this in. I don't think this can actually break free of the spanner, but we'll find out.
Good.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't actually know if this is even what I'm looking for, because there's 2 different... I think there's spearfish here as well, and spearfish do not go after worms, I don't think. Jesus. Yeah, those mana wars are like just jumping for this stuff. They're like, oh! It's like 6 higher than the level of the thing needs to be in order to get them to go after it. Because they'll go after any lure. It's actually not a +6, it's like a +5. Okay, I think that is a swordfish, so I'm gonna try to catch it. There we go. Okay, so this is not a spearfish, I don't think. I think that is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna swap back over. Because I think if that was a spearfish, it would have been going for that. I could be wrong, because they might go after a different type of lure than that. Bum, bum, bum. Why do I just keep screwing up the timing? Why do I suck? Whoa. Come on, let's see if I can... There. Not easy to get this thing reeled in. Okay. Jesus. These jellyfish. Oh man. It's just like raw. It's like, come on, man. It's a freaking Manowar. It doesn't have the ability to really swim, much less leap. Pretty sure that you are a different thing. Shit. There it is. Okay. Luckily, the flying fish will not take this lure, so I don't have to worry about them. I'm actually just gonna let this take it so that I can clear it out of my way. I'm basically trying to do both a combo and actually drag it literally over the thing's body. It might not go for worms, but I think it does. I think that it's just very difficult to get it to actually take any lure. That's definitely the swordfish. I'm actually going, because of the fact that a swordfish is much easier to catch, I'm going to try to catch both of these as if they were swordfish. So that's definitely not a swordfish. Oh, maybe. That's definitely maybe not a swordfish. This is a swordfish. Shit. Well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Alright. I was thinking that it was just really difficult to catch, but no. Okay, we're gonna try to catch everything as if they're swordfish for now. Because these are pretty easy to catch. I think I need to use the angling rod to push the other one toward me. I think that's the only way that I'm going to get it in here. Where are you? Where are you, friend? Come on, friend. Get away, run away. This is the wrong rod. Whoops. Oh shit. Do not want that. I accidentally did a Tech 4 while I was puttering around. It's like, no, 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 no. We don't need a Tech 4 while we're using the angling rod, please. That's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna swap to a... top. I should probably just catch all those other fish. I actually don't know how many of each there are here. What?
Very good. Great.
What? What? That doesn't go after worms, it goes after... Oh. Okay. I didn't realize you could get those to go for top. So, okay. Well, that makes my life easier. That means that I can just use the thing that... pretty much... stays at the top. Okay, so we just caught ourselves a whale. And we only need 2 whales. Shit. But yeah, that was actually, as you can see, if you can get them within range of the spanner, they are. There's nothing in the sea that's hard to get with a spanner. So. Oh wow, we got another one. Okay, well. Okay, we're gonna catch that last big fish over there. I'm confused why the whale is going for this kind of lure, because it doesn't look like a killer whale.
Very good.
And the whale that's in the picture is definitely not something that tries to eat fish. Okay, what the? Wow, that is a big spearfish. Okay then. Yeah, this makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so... I didn't realize that I could just use a top for everything. Okay, there we go. So we got a new record. And we can go ahead and throw a coin in there. Alright. So, the Manilo will come after the coin. We will catch the Manilo. And then we'll be done. So we have now finished getting all the stuff that I think we have a terrible interest in purchasing right now. So we can pick up... I guess we could have gotten, like, Shaman's Ring and Cupid's Lyre. Neither of them, I think, is particularly interesting. This is actually cool. The Ivory Dice would be interesting for certain enemies, but we're gonna go ahead and pick us up. Ooh. I only have 3 spearfish. I thought I had 4. Well, I guess I'll pick up the life armor first. And then we actually need to catch another one of those spearfish. Okay then. I don't know why I thought I had 4 spearfish, but I thought I had 4. It must be that I didn't have any before I went into this. Okay, so... She cannot wear life armor. He can. So this is a pretty good amount of extra defense. And allows him to regenerate HP between fights. Unfortunately, that's not what we really want. We really want that on her. Because if we can give regeneration to Momo, okay, so are they all? I think they're all beyond my current reach. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip a worm, which they will all find absolutely disgusting. And I'm just gonna fire that sucker over there and start trying to bully them in the direction that I want them to go. Interestingly enough, they don't seem to be having as much of a response as they usually do. What? Oh shit! That's not good. This thing's gonna just get away. Okay. Well, maybe I'll catch it. I don't think so, but I might. This is a pretty small one, so we might actually have a chance here, but I don't think so. Because even with no stamina, they have the ability to push against something as weak as the angling rod. But we'll see. So it looks like they do go after worms after all. But they have multiple things that they go after. Oh, God damn it. No. Get back here. Come on. Jesus, trying to reel this thing in. Because they do regenerate their stamina, so it's regenerating stamina faster than I'm dropping its stamina. It's just gonna pull this away. I've run it out of stamina, but it's just gonna regenerate that stamina back up. We'll see whether I manage to pull it further with each iteration. Okay. Okay. Come on. Well, I just managed to reel in a whale with the angling rod, which was not my intention, but I'm actually super surprised that that worked. Let's go ahead and get our spanner up. Oh, whoops, this is the wrong thing. I have the wrong way. Let's get us a top. Let's get the top. Okay, well. We're gonna try that again. But I'm super shocked that I landed that. Come to me, my friend, you know you want to fight me. Shit. Flying fish. But yeah, I think the most difficult aspect of pulling these things in is actually just dealing with all of the fish that you don't want to catch.
Good, right?
Actually got a new record on that. Okay, so we're gonna try this one that's close in. There we go. Okay, so we got our spearfish here. And we're done. So now we are all set. We can go ahead and get the coin out. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Good.
And there we go. So, we can pick up the Royal Sword. And there we go. So now we can pick up, if we wanted to, we could get a Cupid's Lyre. I don't think I need to, because I think that... From a practical standpoint, it doesn't have that much utility. I'm gonna check something quick. So I have 1 HP right now. Is the life armor going to regenerate my HP while I'm walking around these maps, is the question. Because I don't actually remember if it does. If it doesn't, then it's gonna have substantially less utility than I thought it would. That is... Yes, so we are now regenerating life while we walk, which means that Ark is going to passively just be sitting on max HP. And that is good. So him and Peiko now have, I don't know about competing, but have similar regeneration functionality. We're going to go ahead and give him the Royal Sword. The Royal Sword actually weighs less than Barbarossa does and has twice the power. So, Momo and Ark are now on par in damage, and maybe one option for me is I could actually give... I could give Blitz to Ark instead of Momo. But, that being said... that's going to have to come after we have finished dealing with the dangers that are coming. I'm actually going to pop back into Combinat. We are not going to try to do the next couple of fights in our current state of injury, because they're going to be hard enough as it is. We don't want to make them even more ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a nap here. And then we are going to... I'm actually going to check something quick. And once I do that, then we'll decide whether we're going to continue the stream and actually go on to do those. I wasn't expecting to do the post-game fights right now, but I actually might. We'll take a look and see. So just a moment, folks. Okay, so I have just received confirmation that we are going to end things here for right now. Next time, we will be going on and fighting some of the post-game enemies. There's one of them that I'm pretty sure we'll be able to fight. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to kill one of them. I might not be. It might not be physically possible for me to kill the other one. We'll find out. We'll see whether I have the tools necessary to beat the other one. So anyway, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure streaming for you today, and I hope to see you all again next time.